Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we're with TMC in Austria, and you can see the weather is it's a very wet qualifying, but the race is dry, so this doesn't really change anything in terms of setup. General rule of thumb: just whenever is whatever the condition is for the majority of the race is the setup I try to lean towards. So just not much change. I put the wing up to 6-7 just for a bit of extra front, but other than that, like nothing else really changes. I fueled up the car for a good bit just to get some laps in. I'm wearing a partly pink helmet just as a tribute. I'll make a better pink helmet. I realise this isn't the best one, but I have an idea for a better one for a shade of pink, but because I want to just keep that coming forward. So you can see I'm actually testing I'm looking at the delta between the inter and the wet, because the radio said there'd be light rain near the end of the session, and so I wanted to try my luck and see if maybe by the time the session ended, if the Inter had made the switch. So like 1.5 seconds, and I was coming down. Like by the time, yeah, maybe it could just be time. But I wasn't the only one that had this thought. But just here's the checker flag is out. You can see the kind of where I'm at on the time, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't the time. I'd say there are 4 minutes, 4 minutes. I think it could have been the one, but look, it was worth a shot. I did miss out on a bit of track position doing this, but look, the reward was higher than the risk. I thought I didn't drop too many places. You can invalidate the lap anyway, so it didn't matter anyways. The reward was higher than the risk. I felt like, yeah, this works out. I could get pole position. If not, you know. I was happy to take that risk. So anyways, we're in P9, which means but the thing of we get a choice of the tyres for the race, and I debated internally what I was going to do. In P9, the soft is the tyre you can obviously run from the start and switch to the mediums, that you can see there. So I thought, if I choose the soft, will I be or the medium, will I be jumped? Made the late call, and you see the times ticking down. Made the late call to start on the mediums, and then go from there. And I wasn't 100% sure that was going to work, but that's what I was going to go with. Thankfully, looking behind, you can see Matt there's on mediums, a couple of other guys on mediums behind me with 5 red lights, and away we go. Of course, the guys on softs are going to get a better start anyway, but Matt got a decent start anyways. I was happy enough with my start, to be fair, but just with the tyres, you can see a car trying to sneak through. I think that's Captain Chubbs. But anyways, we're going to hold position heading through turn 1 and just brace. A nice little gap there. You see, not under too much pressure from anyone behind, but just trying to brace for whatever can occur up here. Braking early just in case. You can see, I think there's wings flying. Well, certainly there's some debris flying there. You can see the scuffle in front. At the front, you can see, I think that's Caesar in the Racing Point who's got by. He was in P2. Remember that for a little bit later, because this bit here just gets crazy. This midfield battle here, well, not midfield battle, but it's for the points and the podiums. It got crazy. So contact there. There's Extremer. There's Ali. There's Steve. There's Bullet Boy. A bunch of people. We're going to stay on board with this actually, because it just gets mad. Who else is up there? It's a lot. Chaz Meister's up there. He did well in the west, so he's up there. But see, there's a big accident there. No cars went off, but definitely debris was flying. So I have no idea who's got damage at this point, but I had to slow right down for that. But it's put me under pressure from Captain Chus behind, who is on medium. So it's not a situation where if this is on soft, I cut the corner there. There's an accident there. Steve and I can't remember. You didn't see who else that was, but so there's 2 places right there. So anyways, we're going to try to defend now against Chubbs. You see he's on the left hand side. I'm going to try cover the inside, brake as I can, because I know there's still damaged guys in front here. See Javier, who's actually a newcomer as well. It's a TMC, he's there in front as well. So yeah, I'm just conscious. I didn't want to let anyone by, because these guys are on the same strategy as I am. If they're on softs, okay, then they might come back to me later. I'm not going to be too upset if someone gets by on softs, because they'll come back to me later probably. But on the medium tyres, I did not want to let anything slip. I'm in a good position here. These guys squabbling on soft. There's damage. I'm in a nice little spot there. Ali goes down the inside of Javier there, who I believe is going to make a pit stop, but he's pulling over, of course, so stating his intentions fine. But obviously he's right there on the apex for the curb, and so I had to brake you know, it was a tough one. I lost a good bit of ground then to Chubbs behind, and no DRS yet, but it's going to be enabled soon. I did a nice little bit of ERS save in this part of the race. I was happy enough with how much I had to play with, and you'll see it later in the race. Lap 4, you can see if you look at the map, there's a racing point. If Caesar's just gone, man, he's just gone. But the battle here is still continuing. These guys are. This is good for me because I'm this close on mediums. But you could just see what this squabbling has allowed Caesar just to walk away with this race, basically. But there's chopping and changing going up in front. There's Ali, there's Bullet Boy, there's Stevie G, and Chaz. I don't get the best run out of that corner. Turn 3, it's a tough corner, especially on no TC. I just try and rotate the car, get straight, and then plant the throttle. I was actually happy over how I did with it in the race, but that wasn't one of the better ones. But I'm to defend there from Choice. Going to switch back on my inside. I see him got the shorter run. He's got the outside line, so I'm going to try and... I was determined to keep this. I do like this turn 6. Keep it nice and tight on the outside. I'm going to the inside again. And I can still see him there, but he's going to back out at this stage. I left the space on the inside there just in case he was on that curb. A little bit of contact there, but I was like, there's no way through there. I thought, sorry, I don't have to leave him any space there. He's not a car's width behind me, or down my inside. But you can see just the absolute commotion. Lap 5, you know, just more shenanigans in front. You can see Caesar heading through like the last corner. So it's only lap 5. This is where we are. But this was... I was now being held up at this stage because now these softs aren't getting old, but you know there's damage in front of me, and I was fairly sure now Ali had damage. So I want to try and get this done as soon as I can. Because see now that the field's getting a little bit further ahead now. Have DRS now on Ali. This is lap 6. Sidegate's behind me on soft, so that was a cause for concern. But I'm going to try and go down the inside of Ali here. Try and get this move done as soon as I can. But he's going to have DRS heading up this hill. I have DRS now as well, but do I have enough ERS to try and make this one stick? This is my only hope to try and stay in front. You see, he's not really going for the overtake. I'll go to the centre of the track to try and cover it off. Not a bad run out of turn 3 there. There's a slip of the back end though. Ah, crap. So obviously DRS now for Ali. I have no DRS this time. He's going to swing by. You can see the wing damage on the right hand side of that wing. I tried to leave it down the inside. He left the space, to be fair. I'm just going to try with the better aerodynamics. Obviously I have a wing, so leaving the space. I was trying to do a switch back here, but nothing really doing. On the curb a little bit. You see Sidegate's right behind me as well. I was like, don't really need to be behind Sidegate. It's not what I wanted in my plans, but so I was like, I need to get this done quickly. You could see because I'm beginning to lose touch with some of these guys in front of me. I think there's a Bullet Boy, Stevie G, I believe, and who's the other one? Chasmeister. So I think, okay, I'm a bit too far back here to make a move. I actually put it down to low and stand. I didn't want to catch up too much. Psycho was going to go for a move. I left him the space in case there was a dive going on there. Thankfully it didn't really work, but now this is the best place to, I think, overtake with DRS heading up towards turn 3 here. Overtake mode. Ali doesn't really go defensive. I'm going to try and go down the inside. He leaves good space, to be fair. I could have done a bit more there. But again, I'm not quite able to make the move done. Or get the move done rather, and I'm just a little bit further behind this time, but I'm going to try and go for a move down the inside into turn 4. Okay, I'm determined to try and get this move done. A little bit of contact, but again, I'm hoping on my better aerodynamics at this part of the track, obviously more aero dependent. Leave the space. I like this corner quite a bit, so I can just go flat pretty much now. Exceed the track limits, but thankfully no warning. But anyways, you get that move done. That was big, so I want to try and put some separation in between myself and cars behind. And this time Sidegate's been overtaken by unsafe release, and Ali, I believe, is going to be overtaken himself now by unsafe release in a second. You can see the gap in front there. 3.5 seconds I lost to Chaz. I was trying to just get as much time as I could on Ali. Similar to France last week, and the guys behind. Just want to try as best I could. There goes unsafe release, and he's on mediums. Like, oh crap, that's going to be a little bit of a cause for concern. So he's on the same strategy as I am. So, and he's not too far behind. So I have to try and keep pushing and try and catch some of these guys on the soft compound tires in front. There's Chasmeister in front. You can see the gap there. Lap 13, begin to close down that gap a bit. 2.9 seconds now as these softs begin to fade and these mediums begin to kind of come over to me. There's a penalty from me. My problem was not turn 1 wasn't really like the exit of turn 1 was not my problem. I kept cutting the inside, and it's the part that you're kind of if the sun this will sound silly, but the sun is kind of blind in the sense that you kind of miss the you kind of miss the breaking point in the apex, and I just got deterred by that. So anyway, there's one penalty. You can see Chasmaster then pulling into the pits. This is lap 15, so through I go. Is he the only one into the pit on this lap? Anyway, that puts him into P3. Bullet Boy eventually pits as well as lap 19 now, so he unsafely is 1.6 seconds behind, so he's keeping the pressure on. I need to keep at it myself. I chose to run this part of the race in standard and kind of go none through this turn here, obviously turn 3, and then a little bit low through this sector 2. So try my best to save some ERS. Lap 19, you can see Bullet Boy's made a stop. Got the fastest lap of the race. He's basically pushed me along, and thankfully this worked out quite well, because I was actually just able to he just went through. I was able to just lost a minimum amount of time, whereas Unsafely did lose some time being overtaken by Bullet Boy. And now also he just drags through this DRS as well, which is nice. I can just put this up, close up a little bit, get this little bit of advantage. He's far enough forward that I don't have to brake too early and then lose time that way. And again, down this straight, heading towards turn 4, I also be a DRS as well, so that was nice. This really helped just get a little bit more breathing room than I currently had. I just whacked it up into the high mixtures just to kind of help, just a little bit boost. Lap 21 then, coming into the pits for the medium, or for the soft tires. I extended my stint by a lap or so. I just felt like it was, I felt right doing that. So anyways, in we come. The wing, I believe I'm changing to 4. Click down. And so we're going to really go for a bit more straight line speed with the soft competitors. I actually meant to change it down. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. Okay, you can see the little twist of the thing there at the front. So, anyways, here we go. We're going to merge into a nice little gap here. You see Ali there on the hards. Ali pitted. I presume to replace that damage. Ali's on the hards. I think grand. I should be okay to stay in front of him. If I'm not, then I could just easily go by. But there you go. Then into a nice little comfortable 9th place here. And could just set off after then these last 14-15 laps. You see the gap, 6.6 seconds is what I have to make up here on Chaz, who was racing obviously before heading into as we went for our stops. But lap 22, a couple of guys coming to the pits. That'd be Chubbs, and I think that was it. Was that unsafe release there? He's into the pits as well. So whatever happened to unsafe release, I don't know what happened, but he was never really a threat to me in this second phase of the race. Lap 24, the gap. A couple of other guys come in. You see the gap 4.6. Awesome dude comes in. This is now into P5, chasing after P4. So I think, okay, this is not bad. Austria, I should have said off the bat, isn't one of my better tracks. It's not a track I particularly enjoy. I just find it tough on the wheel sometimes. Bullet Boy's out though. The fastest man on the track is retired, coming out of turn 4 and through turn 5. There he is. I don't think he came to contact with anyone. Let's just look at the chat afterwards. No, I didn't think so. But anyways, that's a free position, that's for sure. So now all of a sudden, I'm chasing Chasmaster for a podium. And I don't have to worry about anything behind me. I could just focus on pushing in front. Not too hard, because I had a warning. And I think I had a second warning by this stage. So one more warning away from a penalty. And I'm constantly checking the guys in front for penalties. Actually wasn't as many going in this as I thought there would be. Certainly not. I think this race I probably had less than Division 1 and 2 for penalties. There's my second warning towards my second penalty, so crap, I'm running out of time now. Anyways, DRS down Main Street didn't actually close up, but this one will. It's worked out perfectly. He goes to defend. I'm going to nip to the left hand side. A bit wider than I would have wanted, but that's going to give me a better action. It's going to give me work out just fine heading down towards this this turn 4. A little bit of contact. I didn't mean to really touch him there. I know he's got DRS, so I'm just trying to use everything that I have just to try and stick with it, leave him the space. I'm going to have a better exit. I have better tyres, a little bit more contact, nothing major. I'm going to leave him the space on the outside, but now this time I should be able to file in. There you go then. So I wanted to try and didn't want to push too hard, but wanted to keep pushing because I wanted to try and clear 3 seconds just in case I got a penalty. And I got close to clearing it, but it never really happened in the end. But then more luck is going to break my way. Stevie G is going to get disconnected from P2, and all of a sudden I'm looking at second place here. So you can see I'm trying to drop Chaz out of DRS, which is the most important thing I want to do first and foremost, but that was easier said than done. These tyres have been on for a few laps now. So anyways, through this middle sector near the end of the second sector, there you go, into second place. You can see Caesar again way up ahead. He started on mediums and just got ahead of all that mess we were looking at earlier, and there you go, the rest was history. But ahead of Stevie G, then that was nice. That was a good one for me. Definitely happy to take free positions whenever they come. So that was pretty much it for this one. I was just constantly checking, even in this last lap, I'm constantly checking just to see what the penalty situation is. I was still safe. Turns out I didn't have a second pen. I know Chad had one penalty. There you go, there's Caesar winning the race. GG to him. Just a walk in the park, wasn't it? But didn't have anything to worry about really, just wanted to keep it going, and I will definitely take P2. This track is not one of my best. I definitely thought I would come here maybe like six, top 7 would have been fairly happy with, just given everything. But really happy with P2. That's definitely the maximum. I think that's definitely achievable in that race, and I also got lucky with that, with Bullo Boy crashing out, Stevie G disconnecting. That should have been a P4, but alas, both of those things happened, and I take second place. So yeah, happy enough. Again, this track is not one I enjoy. I do have some tracks I am going to enjoy coming up soon. Silverstone I do enjoy. I'm not sure about the pace at Silverstone, but I definitely enjoy driving it. Hockenheim, again, I'm not too sure if I'll be quick, but I definitely enjoy it. Hungary I'll enjoy as well. There'll be a couple of tough ones with Italy and Belgium where I won't be expecting too much. Excuse me, but then after that, Singapore, Japan, all these tracks, I am going to be looking forward to those. So there's your penalty situation. I got one in the end, almost got a second, but yeah, happy enough. Very happy actually. I'll definitely take it. That's from P9. Have to come through the if I have to say, if I didn't choose mediums at the start, I don't think I would have got this position. I think that was absolutely key with everything that happened in front of me, with guys getting held up and such, being on a different tire, and then being so close to them and being on a different tire, than being able to come into the second round, second part of the race with the soft tires of my advantage. That was huge. So I was delighted that call worked out this time. Doesn't always work out, but that worked this time. So that looked makes me look good. Makes me look smart. I don't know. It was a good call. I'm happy that it worked out. So anyways, that's going to do it until next time. Yeah, thanks for watching.